Hello and welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. Today, playthroughs are back on the menu. Yes, it's been a while, but we are heading back into Dragonfire Castle in search of glory, but more likely death, in a DungeonQuest solo run. This time, Fhyll Madaxe, the Dwarf Berserker, a precursor to the Troll Slayer, is on a daring quest to make some money and keep his cool. The Berserker is one of the characters from the Awesome Heroes for DungeonQuest expansion, and he is an absolute chaos gremlin. Whenever he goes into combat, or whenever he takes damage from a door trap, he has a 33% chance of going berserk. His strength, agility and life points go up, his luck goes down, and while he is berserk he has to attack enemies, he headbutts his way through doors, and there is a chance he will run off in completely the wrong direction while exploring. At the start of each turn he has a 1 in 6 chance of returning to normal. In addition to being forced to test for going berserk, Fhyll can also choose to try to berserk of his own accord, but sometimes he gets performance anxiety, so he still only has a 66% chance of hulking out. Otherwise, all the normal rules apply. Incidentally, if you want to know how I painted Fhyll, I will link to a painting video in the description below. Otherwise, I think we can get started. I am going to assume people know the basics, so I'm not going to front load the video with rules. I will explain some things as we go, but in case you have never heard of this game before, the idea is to get to the dragon at the centre of the board, steal some treasure, and escape before the sun sets. You have 26 turns to complete your mission. Most heroes will not complete their mission. Fhyll is entering the dungeon with a Ring of Luck, which will let him reroll 1 dice at any point during the quest. Other than that, the only tool at his disposal is a desire to smash in goblin faces. He is entering by the bottom left tower, and we start turn 1 by advancing the sun tracker. We can choose to go north or east. We are going north. We draw a tile from the bag, and it is a regular room, but as we step inside, a portcullis slams behind us. We aren't too worried about that. Fhyll knocks down portcullises for fun. We place the tile to the north and advance onto it. We then must draw a room card. And we've got a nice easy start. The room is empty. We advance the sun tracker and move again. This time we will go east. We draw a tile. It's just a regular room. This is a nice gentle start to the dungeon. We move into the room and we draw another room card. This time we have found a crypt. Are we going to open it? You bet we are. We draw the top card from the crypt deck and we have found a potion. Potions are a real Hail Mary. When you drink them you get a random outcome. If you are lucky it will be a healing potion. If you are unlucky it will be a potion that kills you instantly. Still, it's there if things start to look grim. We advance the sun tracker. You have got to love how slick and quick this game is. We are going north, so we draw a new tile. It's a corridor. This is great because when we move onto it, we don't have to draw a room card. Instead, we get to immediately make another free move action. So this time we are going to go east. We draw another tile, and this is amazing. It's another corridor. What an amazing start to the adventure. We move into the corridor and we get to draw another tile. This time, it's just a regular room, but it is the perfect shape. I should point out every room has an arrow on it. That designates the direction by which you are entering the room, and that is the way you must position the tile on the board. So this room works out really well for us. We move into the room, and now we do have to draw a room card. It is a wee goblin. Fhyll is a happy little berserker. Whenever he meets a monster, he may go into a berserk rage. He has 2 choices. He can try to voluntarily go berserk, or he can try to resist going berserk. To voluntarily go berserk, you roll a d6, and on a 3, 4, 5 or 6 you go berserk. If you want to resist going berserk, you roll a d6 and only go berserk on a 5 or 6. At the moment I would rather keep my cool, and there's a reason for that. When you go berserk, your life points go up by 4 to a maximum of 16, but when you return to normal, they go down by 4. As I am currently at maximum health of 16, going berserk will end up costing me 4 life points when I return to normal, so for now I want to resist the urge to pulverise this goblin. So I roll a d6 and I get a 1. I keep my cool for now. Nevertheless, I do still want to attack the goblin, so we draw the top monster card and we find where it says goblin in the attack section. Our little greenskin buddy decides discretion is the better part of valour and does a bunk. I don't blame him. That finishes the turn, so we advance the sun tracker, and now we are going to head north. We draw a tile and we have found another regular room, and it is the ideal shape as it will allow us to continue moving north. Of course, as we enter the room, we must draw a room card. And it's empty. Empty rooms and scared goblins. Come on, DungeonQuest, this isn't my first rodeo, you don't have to go easy on me. We advance the sun tracker, we go north, we draw a tile. This time we have found a rotating room. These can be a real pain, but this one in this position isn't too much of a problem. When we enter the room, we don't have to draw a room card, but the room will immediately rotate 180 degrees. That opens up the route north, but unfortunately this room will only rotate once per game, and that means we won't be able to retrace our steps to escape the dungeon. Never mind, we advance the sun tracker. We go north, we draw a room tile, and we have found a bridge, which is one of the room tiles from the Catacombs expansion. This could be a problem. When we enter the room, we don't draw a room card, but we have to decide if we want to cross the bridge or leave the way we came in. I really do not want to go back into the rotating room as it's a dead end, so I have no choice here, I must press on. I have to roll a d10 and score less than or equal to my agility, which is 5. If I was carrying treasure counters or cards, the roll would be modified, making it harder. Fortunately, I don't have any treasure right now. I don't believe the potion counts. So I roll my d10, and I roll a 1. Doesn't matter whether the potion counts or not. A 1 easily succeeds, and I safely cross the bridge. Nice. That ends the turn, so we advance the sun tracker, and we are heading north again. We pull a tile, and we just got the perfect room. It's a regular room, and it leads directly into the treasure chamber. This is possibly the cleanest route to the centre I have ever seen. We have to draw a card when we enter the room, but as long as it isn't something terrible, we will be in the treasure chamber next turn. And the card is Vampire Bats. They inflict d6 minus 2 wounds. So we roll our 6-sided dice and... that's a 1! That's incredible. Madaxe takes no damage at all. He cares not for bats, he's looking for trolls. So we advance the sun tracker, and now we are going to travel east, which takes us into the treasure chamber. While we are here, we do not draw a room card. Instead, we get to draw 2 treasure counters from the treasure bag. And we get 300 gold pieces and 240 gold pieces. Not an amazing haul, but not the worst. Unfortunately, we now need to see if the dragon wakes up. We have here a set of dragon counters. Most of them have a picture of the dragon sleeping, but one shows the beast breathing fire. We have to take one. I think we will go for this one. And the dragon is asleep. We are safe. But here's the kicker. This token is removed from the stack now, so if we stay in the chamber, there is an increased risk of the dragon noticing us. We advance the sun tracker. Decisions, decisions. Do I stay for one more round to score some better loot? Oh, go on, let's go for it. We draw 2 more treasures. And this time we have a chest and 500 gold pieces. We will roll for the contents of the chest if we get out. It may explode, but it may have loads of cash in it. Unfortunately, we also have to draw another dragon token. This time I will go for... I don't know, let's go for this one. And the dragon is still sleeping. That's good, but I think I have pushed my luck far enough. It's time to make like a tree and skedaddle. We advance the sun tracker, and this time I want to go south so I can start looking at exiting the board through the bottom right tower. We draw a tile. It's a cave-in. This isn't as scary as a cave-in room card, which has a chance of instantly killing you, but it's still a pain. When I enter the room, I will have to draw a room card as normal, but on my next turn, I will either have to leave the way I came in, or make an agility test to get through to the other side. A problem for future me. For now, let's resolve the problems of current me by drawing a room card. We have found an orc rummaging through the debris. Again, this will trigger a berserk test, and because I am so healthy, I really don't want to go berserk right now, so I will try to resist it. I roll a d6 and I will only go berserk on a 5 or 6. And it's a 4. That would have been enough if I was voluntarily going berserk, but for now I am still cool, calm and relaxed. I'm still going to beat the snot out of that orc though. I attack. So we draw the top monster card and reference the attack section, and the orc will run away. Yeah, you better. I guess we will continue along our way then. We advance the sun tracker, and now we have to choose how to deal with the cave-in. I really don't want to go back into the treasure chamber, risking waking up the dragon, so I am going to take the agility test. I roll a d12, and if I score equal to or less than my agility of 5, I can safely cross the room. And I get an 11. Guess I'm not going anywhere this turn. I waste my time scrabbling around among the stones, and the sun tracker advances 1 space. Time to try again. We roll the d12, and that's a 12. I waste another turn. Ugh. The sun tracker advances. We roll the d12 again. Come on. And that's a 5. That is just enough. We pass the test. We can take our turn as normal. That means drawing a room tile. As we enter this room, a portcullis will clang shut behind us. We don't care. We ain't never going back. Not never. We do have to draw a room card though. And it's a crypt. Are we going to open it? Of course we are. Our luck holds, and we have found some lovely costume jewellery worth 120 gold pieces. Mrs. Madaxe will love that, if we get out. The sun tracker advances. We head south, drawing a new room tile. And it's another regular room. Hardly any hazards in this dungeon. It's going well. But the room card could change everything. We get a mountain troll. Oh, it's on. I would like to rage. I am going to voluntarily go berserk, which means a score of 3 or more on the d6 will do it. And that is a 6. I repeat, it is on. When you go berserk, you get to place this nifty berserk card over the artwork on your character sheet. It shows your new stat profile. While berserk, strength goes from 8 to 11, agility goes from 5 to 6, and luck goes from 4 to 3. Additionally, we gain 4 life points up to our maximum of 16. But as we are living our best life right now, we haven't taken any damage and our life points stay at 16. The best bit about going berserk, and the reason I wanted to do it, is because when we now fight the troll, any damage we inflict will be doubled. So let's flip our monster card and see what we're dealing with. Oh, the troll is a bit of a disappointment. He only has 2 life points. We mark those life points on the red tracker on the right side of the board, and now it's time to fight. And because we are playing solo, we aren't going to use the regular rock, paper, scissors combat system. We are going to use the solo mode dice-based combat. We roll a d12 and refer to this chart in the back of the rules book. And that first roll is a 3. Madaxe loses 1 life point, taking him down to 15. Not the start I had hoped for. We roll again. That's a 12. 12s are re-rolled. That's an 11. 11s are also re-rolled. But that is a 9. The troll loses 1 life point, but that is doubled to 2 because we are berserk, and that kills the troll. With that small matter dealt with, we advance the sun tracker. Now we want to continue moving south, but that may not be possible. Because we are berserk, there is a chance we will go completely bonkers and run off in the wrong direction. To find out if that happens, we have to roll a d6 at the start of our turn. On a 1, we lose control of our senses for a moment. On a 2 to 5, we remain berserk but in control, and if we roll a 6, we return to normal. And we have rolled a 3, that means we are still in control for now, so let's go south. We have found a lovely chessboard room. Let's see if there are some more lovely trolls in here. Nope, just the troll's pantry it seems. We have found a dead adventurer, but alas, we are berserk. While berserk, we are not allowed to search rooms, crypts, or dead bodies, so I guess we just ignore him. The sun track advances. We roll for our Berserk status, and that's a 1. That's the worst thing that could happen to us. In a regular game, another player at the table would choose which direction we went in, but as this is a solo game, I'm going to randomise which way I go. There are 3 possible exits, so I will roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, I will go south. On a 3 or 4, I will go west. If I roll a 5 or 6, I will go north. And we get another 1. My terrible dice rolling works in my favour, as that means I am going south, and I'm quite happy with that. We draw a room tile, and we get another corridor. This is great, we are making solid progress. We enter the corridor and immediately take a free move action, following the corridor to another regular room. We set that down, we step inside. I wonder what we will find in here. A Death Warrior. Great. I am already Berserk, so let's get nuts. We draw a monster card and we look under the attack section, and our Death Warrior is going to have a massive 5 life points, a proper challenge. We mark the 5 life points on the enemy's life tracker. And now it is time to dice with death. First roll, that's a 6. We lose a life point and so does the monster. We go down to 14, the monster takes double damage because we are still Berserk, and they go down to 3. We roll again. And that is a 4. Again, we lose a life point and so does the monster. We go down to 13. The monster, thanks to that double damage, goes down to just 1. We roll again. And that is a 3. That's bad. Madaxe loses 1 life point, taking him down to 12. Another roll. And a 1. Good grief, Madaxe loses again and goes down to 11 life points. We go again. And now we get a 7. That is 1 damage on the monster, doubled to 2. We have killed, or re-killed, the Death Warrior. That finishes the turn, so we can advance the Sun Tracker. Next, we roll again for our Berserk status, and this time, that's a 6. That means we are no longer Berserk. We have to reduce our life points by 4. And that is bad news, as that puts us on just 7 life points. Now we want to go west, so we draw a new room tile. And it had to happen eventually, it's a trap. We draw the top trap card and we have found some poison snakes. Danger Noodles bite us for d6 damage, let's hope for a 1. Ah, that's a 5. That is a lot of damage. It would leave us on just 2 life points. I don't fancy that, so I'm going to use my Ring of Luck to re-roll that. Let's hope I don't roll a 6. It's a 2. That's better. That puts us on 5 hit points. We advance the Sun Tracker, and we are going to go west. We draw a tile, and it's a dead end. That is not ideal, but hopefully things are still going to work out for us. We have to draw a room card though, and this time it's nothing. We have found an empty room. So we advance the Sun Tracker. We're still doing well for time, but now we have a dilemma. If we leave this room the way we came in, we would have to draw another trap card, and that would probably be the end of us. The only other option is to search the room for secret doors, but we can only do that twice before being forced to retrace our steps. So cross your fingers, everyone. We draw the top search card. We find nothing. The Sun Tracker advances and we have to search again. So we draw the top search card. And yes, unbelievable luck, we found a secret door. We are going to use it to go west. Now, even though we haven't entered a new room, we do still draw a room card. We are so close to escaping, let's hope it's nothing bad. Oh, of course, it's a Chaos Champion. I sense a boss fight. The dungeon wants me dead. So, first of all, we need to test to see if we go Berserk, and we really do want to go Berserk. But, oops, it looks like I forgot to remove the Berserker card from my character sheet the last time I returned to normal. Better remove that first. Come on, it wouldn't be one of my playthroughs if I didn't forget something. But now we roll our d6, and I am going for voluntary berserking, so a 3 or more will do it. And we get a 6! Lovely. That means we can immediately return the Berserker card to our character sheet, and our life points increase by 4 to 9. Next we look at the attack section of the top monster card in the monster deck, and the Chaos Champion has 4 life points. I think we can do this. We set the enemy life tracker to 4, and it's time to roll. And look at that! It's a 10. A 10 inflicts 2 damage on the monster, and that will be doubled to 4. That is a one-hit kill. Madaxe is in no mood to play games with Chaos Boys today. That is amazing. Without even breaking stride, we start the next turn, moving the Sun Tracker 1 space. And of course, we have to roll for our Berserk state. We get 6. That means we have spent all of our fury trying to get our axe out of the Chaos Champion's nervous system, and we return to normal. We remove our Berserk card from the character sheet, and we drop 4 life points. We are back to 5. We are now going to travel west into the room with the portcullis, and as usual, we draw a room card. We have found another dead body. Hey, dying in the first room is usually my trick. Anyway, we aren't Berserk anymore, so we can rifle through this guy's pockets. It's a bit risky, but the dead bodies normally have good stuff, so let's do it. We draw the top corpse card, and it's a scorpion. Why wouldn't it be a scorpion? It inflicts D6 damage, so it comes down to this. If I roll a 5 or a 6, I'm dead. And it's a 1! My ability to roll 1s for days finally pays off. We take just 1 damage, putting us down to 4. We advance the Sun Tracker. And now all we have to do is get through the portcullis. This requires a strength test. You roll a d12, and if you roll equal to or less than your strength, you lift the portcullis and go through. My strength is 8, but if I am Berserk, it's 11. So let's see if we can go Berserk first. We roll the d6, looking for a 3+. And we do it, we roll a 4. Once more, the red mist descends. We are back up to 8 life points. Now we roll for the portcullis. 11 or less on a d12 wins the game. Yeah, of course. I should have expected that. The Sun Tracker advances, and now we have an issue. I have to roll for my Berserk status, and if I roll a 1, there is a chance I will run off into the darkness, missing my chance to escape. Best not roll a 1, I guess. It's a 2. We just about cling on to our senses, and we can try the portcullis again, looking for an 11 or less. And that is a 9. Not good enough under normal circumstances, but easily good enough while Berserk. Madaxe lifts the portcullis and, still frothing at the mouth, runs out into the dying light of the setting sun. We have survived, and we even got a decent amount of loot. First we have to roll a d12 for the treasure chest. On a 1 to 4, it explodes. On a 5+, we multiply the score by 100, and that's how much gold is inside. And that is an 11. That's huge. 1,100 gold. When we add that to all of our other treasure tokens and cards, we amassed 2,260 gold pieces, plus a potion which might be poison. What a great run. We had a really good start. The dungeon was very kind all the way to the treasure room. The journey back was a bit rougher, and I think for any other character, a troll, a death warrior and a chaos champion in quick succession would have been deadly. Fortunately, the ability to do double damage while Berserk really paid off, and Madaxe managed to scrape through despite taking a bit of a battering. And so, the sun sets on a true hero, an angry short fella. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really like this video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.